This morning, we were in Busan. Tonight, we're getting ready to go to dinner. We're in Daegu. We're in SUGA and Tae's world. And this has been fun. Now, there's something I've been meaning to tell you guys that I keep forgetting. And you may already know this. You probably already know this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Because I know that when you look at photos at all the high-rises and everything, you know, to me, it just is kind of different than I thought it would be. But come to find out, 70% of South Korea is mountainous. And so they can only build on 30%. Therefore, all the high rises. And houses are rare. Just single story houses. And so, especially like in some of the parts in Busan, now some of the parts in Daegu, it's really cool because if you look sort of at the mountainsides, houses are just kind of stacked one on top of the other going up the side. Really, really cool. Check this out. We had a great day celebrating SUGA and Tae in their hometown. So I promised you more photos from inside our Busan hotel, which was used in Crash Landing on You. Just a really unique hotel, and I can see why they would use it to make it look like a North Korea hotel because it looks, you know, so old. Just really, really, really cool. And of course, I was blessed to stay on the 7th floor. Lucky number 7. The lobby. Now I have to go back and watch Crash Landing on You again. I was going to take a picture in the elevator because they were in the elevators, but there were people on there with me, so I couldn't. This is a little village that we went to in Busan, and we walked around, and the entire time I was walking around, all I could think about was the Beauty and the Beast song. Little town in a quiet village, every day like the one before. We all know that song, right? Little town in a quiet village. I never said I could sing. Waking up to say. I will spare you me singing all the parts. I sat kind of alone in this little cafe and looked out at the view and thought about life and contemplating never returning home again. Just kidding. But it was beautiful. Sprinkled just a little bit, but nothing much. This was our last few moments in Busan before I said goodbye for the trip. Just fantastic. Fantastic. There were a couple of BTS murals. And of course, the famous Jimin and JK. And more stairs. I had a bracelet made because, you know, I haven't bought enough stuff while I've been here. That's a joke for those that don't get my humor. You literally just picked out what you wanted, told them what to write, and they did it like in 30 seconds. I had 613 put on mine. You know, BTS related, but not so obvious. I like to be covert in my jewelry. Then we got on the bus, and JK was live. So it was really cool. We were watching JK, who is from Busan, while we were in Busan, but leaving Busan, and he cooked for us. And that was pretty great. This whole VIP bus thing is pretty spectacular. Tomorrow, as we drive back up north, we're going to be watching In the Soup because, spoiler alert, we're going to the In the Soup Season 1 house tomorrow and the Spring Day bus stop. So it's going to be a big day. And then here we are, heading into Daegu. They say Daegu. And all those high rises I was telling you about. I love them. I think they're so freaking cool. Jeannie was saying that, it's easy for me to say. Jeannie was saying that it's like, you know, in America, in some of the Western countries, you want to like live in a house and it's status symbol to live in a house. But in South Korea, it's more, people really want to live in apartments. Giving you a quick rundown of city streets. Looks like just your normal South Korea town. We went to the market for lunch. Okay, this video is going to be chaotic, but let me just say, it's because it was chaotic. Nobody moves out of the way and they will run you down. So you got to just be on business, right? You just got to get in there and get your thing done. And so at the end of this, I'm going to show you the one thing I did buy, and I'm going to give you all this time to guess. Guess what I bought? I mean, it's something wearable, okay? And in the meantime, our goal, our mission, should we choose to accept it, was to go eat the same mandu, flat dumplings that Yoongi used to eat when he lived here. And you're running out of time guessing what I bought. I'm just letting you know. The food stalls everywhere in the market. I really love the whole market thing. Like, I could do this every day. I really could. Look at it. I mean, just stuff everywhere. And if I weren't already out of space in my suitcase, I probably would have bought more than the one thing that I bought. And I'm wondering if any of you are going to guess what it was. So many people. Chaos. Oh, something caught my eye. Okay, moving along. Yeah. After what felt like 300 years, we finally made it to the dumpling, or the mandu man. Look at us, all waiting. Like, we were literally salivating, waiting for these things. And it's as if Yoongi himself were making them or going to hand deliver them. We were all just sitting there staring at this poor man making our dumplings. I mean, they're just dumplings, but they're Yoongi dumplings. So here I am trying it. Yep. It was up against some kimchi, so it was really spicy. But the dumpling itself was not spicy. Just really, really good. Really filling. I can see why Yoongi loved them so much. Really inexpensive. So here's all the food. Food everywhere. Food. Octopus or squid things spinning around. I thought that was funny. This is what I had. I kind of went off by myself again. I got udon noodles. I want you to watch my form here. I've learned. Put a little bit of sauce on your chopsticks. Mix it around in your noodles. I want you to watch my chopstick form. I want you to see how well I'm doing at this. A month in South Korea will make you a pro. Whoops, dropped my phone. Here we go. Using my little bowl like I'm supposed to. Here we go. These were handmade noodles. So friggin' good. I just love a noodle. And then zucchini. I'm like talking to myself, talking to you. It was like JK today, you know. Even look at me eating the radish kimchi. Like a pro. I'm like a pro. Okay, here's what I bought. I hope you guessed right. I got the Ajima vest. I'll have to wear it later for you. Okay, then we went into town. And first thing we saw was a Tae mural. This thing was really, really cool. Here's what's funny as you look at this. I'll tell you something really kind of cute. Like, it's so interesting to be the minority in an area, right? And so far in the minority. And so everybody stares at us as we walk by. Not everybody. A lot of people stare at us as we go by. Well, maybe because we're looking, staring at this kid on a wall. But we get a lot of looks everywhere we go. Some questions. They think we're cute. They're probably like, look at all these old ladies walking around looking at 20-year-old men on the wall. But they love it. And then when they find out that we came to Korea because of BTS, you can just tell they're really proud. And they're like, really? What would they say in Korean? Jinja! Yeah. So here's Daegu. Oh, I forgot to include. One moment. I'm going to add a photo. Hold on. Okay, I forgot to show you this. On the other side of that mural is Tae's elementary school. There it is. It was a Sunday. We couldn't get into, obviously, to take any photos, but that's it. Then we went to like an art installation. We did some Namjuning in an art museum. That was really cool. We sat out and looked at the view. Some brand new high rises. Oops, sorry for my shoddy camera work. Now you know why I only made $11 on this trip. Really pretty. I love that they plant grass up on ceilings and stuff, or roofs. Okay, so here's the thing. Blue bus number 724 is the bus number that Yoongi used to take from his home, which was like an hour outside of Daegu, into town to take his music classes. And it's good luck if you see the number 724 bus. I saw 4, which is probably why we got to see so many great Yoongi murals. That's the academy that he went to for music. And then here we go. There's Yoongi. There's Yoongi's name. There's cute Yoongi. There's hot as hell Yoongi. There's black tie event Yoongi. There's I'm just laying around after a nap Yoongi. There's look at how cool I look Yoongi. There's laying back down, need another nap Yoongi. There's what you talking about Yoongi. Oh, there's a lady, a girl hugging Jin. Then I don't know what I want Yoongi. And then all the Ajumas always want to talk to Pam, so I had to take a picture because it's so cute. They just think it's so fascinating that she's here in South Korea and looking at Yoongi murals. Oh, there's sexy Yoongi. Yeah, and there's sexy Yoongi again. And there's, headband Yoongi. We watched Sashwata on the bus on the way to the hotel. And this is a swanky, swanky hotel. The nicest one in Daegu. And I said that right this time. Anyway, very nice hotel. And, yeah, I felt really fancy. My room is really cool. It does freak me out a little bit that you can see the bed from the toilet, but you do have a screen that you can put down, but I'm alone, so I guess it doesn't matter. And if I wanted to, I mean, the window's right there. If I just want to show my ass to all the Daegu as I'm going into the bathroom, I guess I could. It's a really, really nice room. Very, very nice room. I love it here. I'm sure Yoongi stays here when he comes to town. That's my view. I'm sorry for the glare. I was trying to kind of fix it. But a great view of the river. I don't know what the hell river it is, but it's a great view of it. Then we went to dinner, and everybody say it with me, I fed my face. This was a traditional Korean restaurant, which means they brought us these meals, and then they brought us more meals, and more meals, and more meals. And we pigged out. So, yeah, that was Daegu. Tomorrow, in the soup and spring day. So, get ready to see me crying because I know it's going to happen. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and the makeup's great. The makeup's great. If you saw my video this morning, yeah, the makeup's great.